I may have just rambled to this phone for about a minute before realizing that I had just taken a photo and moved on. Doing good. So, today's off to an early start, and by that I mean I've only been up for about an hour before hitting... How old is it? Ignore that. Before hitting a... Let's be nice and call it a project. I'm having some issues with the right trigger on my controller. These aren't new. Bag of hair. I should address that, shouldn't I? Bag of hair. I intended to send... That's the ponytail of when I had the length of my hair cut. I was gonna send it off because charities do that, but I'm lazy. But I mean, it's still in condition. I'll get around to that at some point, I'm sure. Nope, I've lost that. I don't know why I'm tearing up a roll trying to find a piece of something to just show you when I should just be getting down to actually what I need to do. Everything is falling apart. Oh god. Okay. Oh, a bright harsh light. I don't like these. Anyway, so nice stuff. Chilling with the window open today. It's very nice and cool. It's pretty much the same temperature outside that I like to keep my room inside. So got the window open. AC is just running on fan so that it can dry itself out, all that good stuff. But having a bit of an issue with my PlayStation 4 controller. It's an issue I've had before. It's worth noting I've had these controllers for years and years and years, and I've used them almost constantly for those years because they're the easiest to use on my PC as well. So this isn't like a big time call out on low quality. But long story short, the little underpads are starting to wear out on me. Like if you look at this one, it looks fine, except it started to split, and I replaced it with some of my older controllers. Right now, the right trigger is starting to split its pad down the center. I'm not really going to be able to represent it well on this, but like it's a raised thing that it pushes down, and it's splitting into the raised piece. I'm not doing shots at all on this, so basically I'm fixing to pull apart my PlayStation 4 controller and see if I can do something to attempt to fill in those gaps. I'm probably going to try a little bit of electrical tape and just see if that works. So here's hoping, and I'm going to do a hyperlapse on that, so here we go. So, take two because I didn't record the first one. Thankfully, the issue was not as serious as I was afraid it was going to be. Basically, the pad under the right trigger looks a lot like the cap on this, in that it's a raised circle that depresses down onto the contact, and instead of doing a flat piece of plastic over that the trigger depresses, it's a sharp piece of plastic. So it basically ends up looking like this. And over time, over like the 3 or 4 years that I used this controller for like games like Destiny 2, which I played a ton of, just constantly hammering the right trigger because that's what you do, forcibly pulling it down. It just split the pad deeper and deeper and deeper, and eventually got to the point where I was not getting a full depress, so I would only get, like, since they're analog triggers, I was not getting a full trigger press. I couldn't get it to function all the way down. So games that needed it as a button and not an analog, it just wouldn't work. So like on Destiny, I wouldn't be able to fully pull the trigger, things like that. So I have an older controller that the battery was dying on, and the left stick click was wearing out on, and that's not an easy problem to fix. So I replaced it with the current controller, and I ended up pulling the shoulder pad contact thingy out of it and replacing the one that was split in my newer controller with it. I had to, since the design was slightly different, probably to discourage people like me from actually doing. Well, I don't know. I don't know how bad Sony is about that. I think I'm just taking Apple's anti-consumer and applying it to everybody. It was probably just more because it was about 2 years between these controller purposes, and my initial one wasn't necessarily a launch controller, but it was probably it was within that first burst. I didn't get it at launch, but I got it launch year, so it was probably just called themselves cleaning up design. There was just less, I guess, plastic or whatever. You know, there was just, I guess they just called themselves using less material overall. So I had to trim down the pad underneath what would fit under the right button. Thankfully, it looks like all that happened was the part under the trigger had shifted or slipped, and that's why I wasn't getting full contact, and I was just able to reset it, and everything seems fine. Hopefully that it stays that way, and that fixes a lot of the problems I've been having with it, or at least that button. I really need to get a Bluetooth dongle because right now I have to have it physically connected to my PC, and these controllers they weren't built for that. It was really only built to be stationary when plugged in, and over the years it's really worn on that, and it's starting to get where it does not want to stay connected. Every time I shift a little bit, I risk disconnecting the controller. And it's frustrating that after all these years, a good controller is still like $70, and that's garbage. I could always try and track down a DualShock 5, but like, again, that's $70, $80. I could try to finally track down a Switch Pro controller, again, $60, $70. Who has this kind of money? So hopefully, maybe I can track down a decently priced Bluetooth dongle. World is so expensive. I just don't want to play video games. Anyway, I guess I'll knock out the last night portion of these journals. Last night, after uploading, I continued to play Monster Hunter until I went to sleep. Then I woke up today and fixed my controller. I'll see you later. Oh, jeez. You know what? It's staying in. Pull these over my knees. I'm not gonna say it. But, hi. So yes, PS4 controller surgery was a success. I did have to open it up again. It scared the crap out of me. I forgot my window was still open. Even though it's dark now, it's really cold. It's still cold outside, so I've just got it open. It's still cold. It's even cooler outside, and I've got it open. Because I've got a screen in it, so it's not like bugs or anything. So it's just a nice way to be keeping cool, saving on that power bill too, because my AC is only running a fan. Yeah, I did have to pull it open again, because when I set it, I pulled it out from under the shoulder button a little bit, but it was a really simple fix, so I didn't bother reshooting or anything. Song today was In the Garden by Red Vox, and I actually forgot, not yesterday, but I think it was the day before, the day I shaved my head. That song was Forgive and Forget, also by Red Vox. All of the songs I've used so far have been on Another Light. Go give that a look. Again, they've got new albums out now, Kerosene, and I always forget what the new one's called. Anyway, yeah, no, seriously though, Red Vox is great. I forgot to start the music I was going to play. Go check them out soon. Sometime. I'm a mess. I am truly a scatterbrains lately. I think it's because of a certain date that's coming up. And it didn't really hit me that might be what it is until today, actually, when I realized that date is Wednesday, which is just 4 days away. I don't even know why I'm nervous. It's just going to be a phone call. But then again, even phone calls get me worked up sometimes. So, I mean, the worst they can do is say no. So, it'll be what it is. But yeah, it's just been a chill day. We're listening to Beneath the Mask from Persona 5, by the way. It's a wonderfully chill song. And it always brings my nerves back down, so it was an excellent choice for the evening that I didn't even realize I was making when I made it, but it was an excellent decision. I can never decide what's too loud, because I think it's too loud, and then when I listen to it back, you can't hear it, and it doesn't do the job of sort of filling the gaps when I'm not speaking. So, but then again, last night I did have my fan still on, so, which I did at least, you know, I actually cut that off tonight, so. It's been nice to just chill with the window open today. It's nice that the weather's been nice enough for that. No real breeze, so I haven't been getting too much, but it's nice to know, like, it's when I'm just running fan, my I can see the temperature on my air conditioner, and it's 71 in here, so that's perfectly manageable. And I just put this back on because it was quick and easier than a shirt. This actually is shaping up to be a bad choice, because I'm kind of just wanting to not talk and listen to the music. Okay. Most of today has just been Monster Hunter. Did some Genshin earlier. Did one of the side story missions that I got to an adventure rank to unlock. It was nice. It was just a little quick one. Had some Klee in it. I love me some Klee. She's adorable. And then, yeah, mostly more Monster Hunter. Just kind of mostly just messing around today. I did a story quest, but it was it ended up being I can't remember the word for it now. It's not a subspecies, but just, it's a subspecies. It was just an alternative of a monster that was already there. So, didn't have too many new things. So it was I guess the point I'm making is it was a clean fight. And then just redid some other recent fights to build up a couple of weapons for the heck of it, because they looked cool. And that's pretty much been the day. Went to hop on the stream again today, and just the internet's been god-awful. It's getting really, really frustrating. And I genuinely do believe if it doesn't clear up after this weekend, and I can't just point at the weekend and go, oh, it was just Thanksgiving weekend, that's why it was extra slow. I'm going to start daily harassing Verizon, because this is starting to feel targeted. It really is starting to feel like, now that the idea of a plan has been put on the table for us, the idea of upgrading has been put on the table for us, they're just going to harass us with crap service and blame it on the old plan. Say, well, all you got to do is swap to this, and it's not going to be but this. And, no. I don't play that. But anyway, the segment I filmed earlier was about 10 minutes, so I don't want to go up too high. Also, I am recording this before I get a shower, so I actually want to get in the shower. So, going to keep this pretty short, and I will catch you all tomorrow. God, I really am just not here today.